No frauds allowed.
All right. Welcome back to Big B's Daily, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys for joining, man. I appreciate it. Big weekend of football. Week 1, the NFL, college football, week 2, big weekend of football. So I appreciate y'all joining in. First things first, come check out Big B Sports Talk. New podcast came out last week. Actually, 2 of them came out last week. So go over to Big B Sports Talk. Find it anywhere that you have a podcast, and also find it on YouTube. It's Big B Sports Talk. Podcasts come out weekly. So come check those out, man. Next thing, hot soup for all you TikTok people that are joining us on TikTok and on YouTube. Hot Soup Fantasy Football. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Go follow his page, man. Does just crazy fantasy football information. We're going to have him live, hopefully later on this week. We'll have him live on one of the shows here to break down some fantasy football for us. So I appreciate y'all taking the time. So let's jump into this, man. Week 1 NFL. Oh, there was some good and there was some ugly. There was some good and there was some ugly. But let's start off with the good. First game, 49ers looked incredible. The 49ers looked incredible. They beat the hell out of the Steelers. Just physically whipped them. And every aspect of the game, they physically whipped the Steelers. That was brutal. And y'all know it was bad. My Steelers, oh, God. Ugly. Cowboys, how can you miss the Cowboys? Cowboys played phenomenal football. The Giants are bad, but we'll get into that. But man, the Cowboys, I mean, that was worse than the Steelers beat down. The Cowboys beat down to the Giants was worse than the Steelers. Another one, the Browns. The Browns smacked around the Bengals. And yes, I know Bengals fans who are quiet as a field mouse today, by the way. Have you guys noticed? You can't smell a Bengals fan anywhere today. They're nowhere to be found. All that hoo-day. You ain't seen nothing. Bengals stink. Or at least this game, they stunk. Joe Burrow, terrible. But to give the Browns their flowers. They play well. Now, granted, it was a monsoon. I know. And it was one game. That's the main thing. It was one game. So all these teams that played great are very capable of playing bad the next week. So that's one thing we got to keep in mind. Just one football game. But there was some bad football being played, though. But here's the thing. Overreaction. Let's talk about that just for a quick second. Tampa beating Minnesota. Oh, Tampa's back. They're going to be, hey, pump the brakes. Minnesota stinks. Nobody thought Minnesota was going to be good. And Tampa beat them. And Tampa's a little better than what people thought they were going to be. I might add, I did say that. I told you guys that Tampa would be a little better than what everybody was portraying them to be. I was right. So far. Overreaction, no. 1 week. The Packers. Now look, the Packers beat the brakes off the Bears. To me, that was the surprise of the weekend. Just beat the brakes off of them. But it was 1 week. I'm still not convinced that Jordan Love is that dude. I like him. He played great. Let me just say that. I don't know that I like him. He played great. But again, 1 week. And then who else we got? Overreaction. Now, look, I just bashed on the Bengals, but it was still just 1 week, man. As bad as they played, and they played horrible, is 1 week of football. I think the Bengals are going to be fine. You get them out of that monsoon, I think the Bengals are going to be fine. But again, how much money are the Bengals going to throw at this offensive line, and they're still terrible? I mean, they're as bad as the Giants. The two franchises, all they do, they keep spending money on offensive line, and they keep missing. Man, both of their offensive lines are horrible. Horrible. Whew. Let's move on. Again, thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate it. Everybody that is in TikTok, if you're not already following me, please give me a follow. We're looking for 30 follows today. And we're already past the likes, man. We're at 4,000. Let's get it up to 6,500. More interaction. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. And remember, everybody on TikTok, man, pop over to YouTube. Come subscribe over there, man. Come subscribe to the YouTube page, Big B Sports Talk. Come over there, subscribe. The chat is going. I'll pop your question or your statement up, give you a shout out. We have a ton of fun. So let's move on. Fraud alert. Fraud alert. Fraud alert. First off, I think people thought the Giants were going to be good. I was saying that they weren't. I'm going to throw them on fraud alert anyway. I'm going to throw them out there. I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep them out there. We'll keep them out there. I'm not going to put the Bengals on fraud alert. I know people have been screaming at me, DMing me all day, saying, come on, B, put the Bengals on fraud alert. No, I'm not going to do it. It was 1 week. It was 1 week. The Bears can't be on fraud alert because people didn't believe the Bears were going to be any good, man. The Bears just stink. The Bears just stink. The Seahawks, fraud alert. Fraud alert. And I don't want to hear about it 1 week. The Rams aren't going to be any good. The Rams surprised the hell out of me, though. I will say that. The Rams surprised the hell out of me, but the Seahawks should be better. The Seahawks should be better. I picked them to win the West. Whew. It was just 1 week. But they got to be on fraud alert, man. And the last team that's on fraud alert, and they're the fraud of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, you see how my voice changes when I talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers being fraud of the week. The Steelers played an abomination of a football game. The Steelers played horrible. They got physically beat up. San Francisco didn't even line up and run a bunch of different, like, complicated schemes. They just said, we're going to run the ball at you. We're going to throw it at you, and there's nothing you can do about it. On defense, we're going to shut everything you want to do on offense down. It was horrible. Fraud of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fraud of the week. Again, one game. But y'all know me. I'm an honest cat. And if I'm being honest, you know that the Steelers, after all this preseason hype, to come out and get whipped like that, woo, they got to be the number one fraud of the week. Pittsburgh Steelers. Hopefully, that doesn't happen again. Hopefully, that doesn't happen again. Oh, yeah. So let's move on to Big B Bets recap. You know, we picked all them games on Friday, and it turns out we went 60%. 60%. So it's not horrible, obviously. You want to be 56 to 62% right in that range. So 60% is not bad. We won 9 games. We won 9 games. So the one game that's still to go is tonight. So we won 9 games. So that was good. Good start to the season. Good start to the season. So remember to tune in on Fridays for Big B Bets. We're in here. We got a whole segment dedicated to pick in every single game. Every single game. And again, thank you guys again for joining the live, man. If you're on, we're live on TikTok, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Come join the show. Tell your friends, pass it along. If you're on TikTok, share the live. Follow me, click the like button. We're at 5,200 likes. We're trying to get to 6,500, trying to get to 30 follows. So if you're in there, give me a follow. But also, jump on over to YouTube. Jump over to YouTube and give me a subscribe, like, and follow over there. I appreciate it, man. Comment. Podcast came out last week. We'll have another one coming out this week. We had 2 actually last week. So come join the show. Come join the show. Let's get in a little bit of Q&A. So, and see what we got. First question over on YouTube. Well, I was right. Green Bay by 10. Yeah, you were right. Green Bay blew out the Bears. The Bears are despicable. It doesn't look like anything has changed. You got DJ Moore. You won't throw him the football. Man, the Bears. I thought they had something. It's 1 week, but after that 1 week, they don't. They don't. They don't have anything. What else we got, man? Next up, question over on YouTube. YouTube is much better than TikTok. You see that, TikTok, guys? YouTube is much better than TikTok. Thank you, MNG Sinister. Thank you for saying that. So pop on over, man. Pop on over. Uh-oh, here we go. Overreaction Monday. Here we go. Dallas, then all of a sudden, his statement, Raiders are Super Bowl bound. Do you see? Do you see? I try to be as nice as possible, but I can't be nice when we got comments like that. Raiders to the Super Bowl. Oh, no. Horrible. Hey, I saw that comment in here, Mark, saying Pittsburgh's worse than the Bears. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Because the competition was inferior. Stop that. Stop that. Do-do-do-do. Oh, no, Joe. Joe Q, don't do it, bro. He's already. Joe Q, I'm jumping off the Seahawk bandwagon. They stunk like a skunk. Yeah, the Seahawks were bad. I will admit, the Seahawks were bad. Fraud of the week. Fraud. Well, they were at least on fraud alert. The Steelers were fraud of the week. Jesus. But definitely, they're frauds. Fraud alert, Seahawks. Man, I thought they should have been better. But again, 1 week. Let's not overreact, people. Let's not overreact. Good college question. Let's talk a little college football. Can Colorado beat Oregon or USC? Or is the clock going to strike midnight on Cinderella? What do you think, Big B? Good question, Joe Gu. They can beat Oregon, and they can beat USC. Their offense will score because both of those teams don't play any defense. So what I think, they're going to have to try to create some turnovers to win. I don't think Colorado's defense is equipped to stop either one of them. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They can beat them. I don't think they will. I want them to beat them, but I don't think they will. I don't think they will. So we will see. We will see. What do we got? What do we got, TikTok? What kind of question you got? UCLA will win the Pac-12? It's hard for me to believe. Boy, I knew it. Andrew Torres is singing the cowboy song today over on TikTok. We them boy everything. I told y'all, Cowboys fans are going to be insufferable until they play again. They are going to be insufferable until they play another football game. After that shellacking that they put on the Giants, and maybe they should be. Maybe they should be. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Thoughts on the Pats? Yeah, the Pats are the Pats. They're going to win 7 or 8 games, man. That's all. That's all. Under 45.5 in the Jets Bills. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds about right. The only thing is that worries me about that under is because I think the Jets win. They're plus 2.5. So I like that. 9-11, all the emotion. The Jets may get on a roll and score 35, 37 points, something like that. So you don't know. You don't know. Steelers okay? We'll see. Doesn't get any easier this week. Monday Night Football, Cleveland comes to town. Doesn't get any easier this week. So we will see. Oh. All right, what do you got over here on YouTube? Oh, hold on a second. MNG Sinister, if you're talking about Daniel Jones, you said Jones may kill my fantasy team. My first thought is, why is Daniel Jones on your fantasy team? That's number one. And number two, why is he in your lineup? Let's talk that. Woo. Woo. You need to get with Hot Soup. We got to bring Hot Soup on the live. He may be coming on later this week. Hot Soup Fantasy Football. He's on YouTube. Go subscribe to his page. He's on TikTok. Go subscribe to his page. Because if you got Daniel Jones on your roster and in your lineup, then just get a check from the Fantasy Football League for donations and write it off on your taxes. Because that's what you're doing. You're donating to the Fantasy Football League. You're not winning. What do you mean may kill your fantasy football team? What? Oh, golly. I don't care if he had no line. That's part of the problem. He had no line. Woo. And now here's a good thing. Coach K, Stokes, I appreciate you coming back, brother. Geno got weapons. No excuse. You're damn right. There is no excuse for Geno Smith. But see, I mentioned this. I picked the Seahawks to win the division. But I said Geno had to play like he played the first half of the year last year or the first 3 quarters of the season. Because towards the end, he got loose with the football. And look here, Geno, you got to play better than this. That was pathetic. He got weapons. They can run it. Their line got whipped by the Rams, which surprised me other than Aaron Donald. But no excuse. Geno got to be better. Geno has got to be better. What do we got over here on TikTok? Chris Jones, only 1 year. Know what that means? Let's see. But how did Purdy do? Don't start. Don't start with me on Purdy. Don't. I'm trying to recover. Okay? I'm a guy that's trying to recover from a shellacking. We were embarrassed by the 49ers. Don't do that to me. We're all here to have fun. And then you do that to me. Come on, man. Oh. Here's the one thing I don't want people to do, though. Don't forget about the Lions. Okay? The Lions, nobody's talking about them because they played on Thursday. The Lions were pretty impressive. Don't forget about them. Don't forget about them, man. That was brutal, though. Steelers, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm not online, so I can't see anything. You all, people keep saying Chris Jones 1 year deal. Did he just sign? If he did, give me the details. Throw the details in the chat. So my man Hot Soup, there were a ton of underperformers yesterday in fantasy football. So his advice is only week one, just make the playoffs. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. It's only week one. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Just for a second, what about Texas? Going down to Alabama and smacking around Alabama. I didn't see it happening. I know none of y'all saw it happening. But they went into Tuscaloosa and just beat up Alabama. And you're lucky that I didn't put Alabama as fraud of the week. Because y'all know how I feel like the SEC is over, and the SEC is 100% overrated. Overrated, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But Texas went there and physically beat up Alabama. Physically beat them up. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all, everybody's going to tell me how good the SEC is. Georgia won't be tested till they get to the college playoff. LSU already got their head beaten in. Bama got their head beaten in. Tennessee, we saw them just struggle. You know, nobody else is even any good. Don't talk to me about A&M. Got smacked around. South Carolina, Florida. Don't want to hear it. Here it is. Chiefs and Chris Jones agreed to a new 1-year contract. That's probably good for both sides. That's good for both sides. They're probably paying him a bunch of money for 1 year, and then he's out. And I think that's all the Chiefs wanted anyway. Give him 1 year, and then you could move on. Yeah, that's good. The Chiefs need him. Although their defense played a hell of a football game without him the other night. But yeah, man, interesting. Interesting about Bama. Look here. White boy 117. Why are you rubbing it in on me, man? Stop. We know the Steelers got beat. We know that they pounded us into submission. Made us look like a bunch of chumps. Babies. Oh. Uh-oh. We got a comment. Carter Big Baller. Lions are winning the North. Yeah. The Lions are winning the North. Lions got a chance to do some damage. The Lions got a chance to do some damage. They do. Big chance to do some damage. So we are almost at 10,000 likes. We might as well say go to 12.5. We still need some followers, though. We got 2 more. And again, everybody on TikTok, pop on over to YouTube. Y'all heard it. YouTube apparently is a little bit better. The chat is a little better. Come subscribe to Big B Sports Talk over on YouTube, man. I appreciate it. All right. Austin, what's going on? What's your opinion on Mike Tomlin? Does he deserve the criticism he gets in Pittsburgh? Good question. Last year, after the first 4 or 5 games, I was like, I'm over Mike Tomlin. They turned it around. They didn't make the playoffs. They had a winning season, but I don't care about a winning season. I want playoff success. So, yes, he deserves the criticism that he's getting. Do I think he should be fired? No, not today. But at some point, we got to say, when are we going to win? At what point do we, as Steeler fans, say, it's time to win? Not winning 8-9 games to say that we were, didn't have we didn't have a losing record. When do we win another playoff game? It's been since 2016. When does that happen? So, I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not ready to get rid of them right now today, but at some point, we need to win. At some point, we need to win. Landon DeSalle over here on YouTube said the Seahawks are still winning the West. After what I saw Sunday, I can't say that. Now, I think it can still happen, but 1 week overreaction, my goodness. 49ers destroyed the Steelers, and the Seahawks got whipped by the Rams. And I think the Rams are going to be a third place team. Got whipped at home by the Rams. So I don't know. Good question. Uh-oh. Can the Raiders win in Buffalo? No. They're not winning in Buffalo. They're not winning in Buffalo. Not going to happen. Got a lot of questions to get through over here on YouTube, man. Bears offensive coordinator is trash. That's a good question or a good statement. He is trash. But how long are we going to give Justin Fields? Justin Fields is trash. He played like trash yesterday. Come on now. That's another thing. How good was Russell Wilson yesterday? How good was Russell Wilson? All that dinking and dunking. Russell Wilson. Fraud. Fraud. Everybody's going to look at 27 completions. Didn't get to 200. Fraud. Dinking and dunking. Terrible. Terrible. Golly. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. Raiders are not going to beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Y'all need to stop. Yeah, Giants fans, it hurts. 40-0 should hurt. 30-7 hurt too. As a Steelers fan. Ugh. That's a good point. A lot of these young QBs with defensive head coaches, unless you got a crazy offensive coordinator, a lot of times that don't work. A lot of times that doesn't work. All right, YouTube, what do we got? Thoughts on the Colts game and the Titans game? Well, the Colts game, we saw some flashes from Richardson, but he's not great. Got hurt. You can't run through linebackers. Can't run through linebackers and safeties. It's not college. You can't do that. You're going to get hurt. And he did. Jacksonville did what they needed to do to win the game. So good for them. Bad coaching by Indianapolis at the end. You're down 10 with some time left. 4th down. Kick the field goal. You're at the 3-yard line. You need 10 points. Why not kick the field goal and then try to get an onside kick? Because you got to get an onside kick anyway. Just stupidity. Bad coaching. First-year coach, that's what you get. The Titans, the Titans I will never take seriously until they're done with Basket Case Tannehill. Never going to take the Titans seriously as long as Basket Case Tannehill is their quarterback. Never going to do it. He's awful. Yesterday, he played awful. Not taking him seriously. Let's see. Lions look nasty? Yeah, they did. Lions look good. Question on college football. Quiggle 78. Notre Dame continues to put up 35-plus points a game. Better respect that offense. You're right. They look good. Can't doubt them. They look good. That was a good win, too. NC State's a pretty good team. I'm not saying they're great. I'm just saying they're a pretty good team. So to do that to NC State on the road, it's a good win. It's a good win. Notre Dame looks good. Got to give them their credit. Sean Payton on fraud alert from B Not over here on TikTok or on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Get him on fraud alert. That was bad. That was bad. I mean, if you're not going to trust your quarterback to throw the ball down the field, or maybe that was just Russell Wilson, I don't know. But 27 completions for 177? Yikes. Yikes. Man, that's awful. That is awful. Sorry about that, man. I got a little knee injury. Got to stretch my knee out. But yeah, that's terrible. Terrible. Sean Payton should be ashamed of himself. What else we got? What do we got over here on TikTok, man? Y'all been a little quiet. What happened to the Steelers? We got run over by a Mack truck. That's what happened to us, man. Got destroyed. Got destroyed. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, well. Cleveland Browns. Browns look good. Calvin Ridley looked real good, didn't he? I like what Calvin Ridley did. He looked good. He's back. He came back with a vengeance. I mean, it was BS, $1,500 bet or whatever. I get it. And he's not even playing. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But whatever. He's back. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Let's see. Purdy made history? Okay. Bengals fan not panicking. You might be panicking a little. I wouldn't if I were you, though. I wouldn't panic as a Bengals fan. Not yet. You played in the monsoon. You know, that's going to affect what you do. Cleveland's good. Cleveland is good. You know, let's not discount that. So I wouldn't panic yet. That's why I didn't put you on fraud alert. Don't need to be. Don't need to be. Oh, we got a prediction over here on YouTube. Be not. Jets 24, Bills 13. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I think the Jets win it. A lot of emotion tonight. 9-11, new quarterback, all this emotion. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Do-do-do-do. Jalen Bridges over on YouTube. Let's see what he says. If anybody says it's the Cowboy year, I'm going to direct them to last few years. Well, first off, define the last few years, because you could say the last 27. That would be number one. You know, and number two, I mean, if it's not this year, when is it going to be? When is it going to be? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I like the Cowboys this year. I do. I do. We'll see what they got to do, man. But if not this year, then when? If not this year, then when? But I like the point. I like the point. Do-do-do-do. Seth said Jalen Hyatt stunk for the Giants. He did, but so did your quarterback. So did your offensive line. So did your entire team. And the Giants were horrible. So, I mean, you can't blame that all on Jalen Hyatt. Can't blame it on him. Here we go. Joe Q. College question. Do you think Mel Tucker's incident is going to affect Michigan State versus Washington this Saturday? And who do you like in the game? I don't think it's going to. I think Washington was going to beat the brakes off of them anyway. So, no. And I like Washington. I like Washington. So, I think it's wild that Mel Tucker, I don't know. and again, I'm not the judge, jury, or any of that stuff, but you're in a position, you're making $9 million a year. Why would you even put yourself in that kind of position? I just, it's crazy to me, but whatever. But yeah, Penix Jr. is the truth. Michigan State's going to have nothing for them. They're going to light them up. I like Washington this year anyway. I like them to win the Pac 12. I like Washington. So, over here on TikTok, look here, man. How did the Steelers do? Why would you do that again? We've been getting along. We've moved past the Steelers shellacking. And now you want to open up old wounds. Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that? But I deserve it. I deserve it. Y'all rub it in because I've been at all of y'all about how good the Steelers are going to be. It's 1 week. It's 1 week, but I've been on y'all, and to come out and do that, whew, terrible. Terrible. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Do 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 do. Talking about Texas, the major thing they saw in the Texas win, talking about it's a long season and they have a lot of work to do. The mindset in Texas is in the right place. See, not for me. Sinister, MNG Sinister. Texas won because Texas owned the line of scrimmage. Texas physically beat up Alabama in the trenches. That's why Texas won. They were the more physical football team. More physical football team. They took it to them and whipped them. Just whipped them. Steelers will be all right. We'll eventually figure it out. Maybe, Robert. Maybe. We got to be better. And we can be better. But we got to figure some stuff out, man. Got to figure some stuff out. Hey, guys, I got to cut this one short today, man. I apologize. I got a knee issue that I got to go take care of. I got an appointment. So thank you guys again for joining in, man. Big B Sports Daily, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Everybody join in. You're on TikTok. Give me a follow. But also hop over to YouTube, man. Come subscribe to the page. Again, we got podcasts that come out once a week. We had two come out last week. We'll have another one come out this week. So please hop over. Come subscribe. The chat. So it is up and moving. The chat is always going. So pop on over. I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys. And I will catch you soon.